welcome back to another reaction review video with me, Nina Schofield, singer-songwriter, vocal coach and session musician. Very happy to be back watching Jong Madaliday and another of his performances from The Clash 2025, and I'm very excited because this is a Billie Eilish song and I have no idea what he's going to do with this. We've been following Jong and seeing what he's done in different kind of performance spaces. So initially there was a lot of dancing and movement and it was up tempo, and that was the first performance that I watched from Jong, and you can watch that down below, by the way. It's my reaction to him doing his medley. And then I watched him do a more down-tempo song. So we watched the Goo Goo Dolls, his version of Iris, which was really emotional and transformative and interesting to see what he does with these performances. So Billie Eilish, what is this going to entail? I'm trying to get my head around it. I don't know, but you're already going to have these differences because there's a male vocalist here versus a female vocalist with Billie in the original, so that's instantly going to take it somewhere new. And then Jong, he appears to be really good at arranging things in a completely different way as well, so I just don't know what to expect. We're going to dive in and see what's happening within this. We'll do the same thing that we always do, which is look at the details, look at the phrasing and the arrangement and everything that goes into what the vocal is doing, as well as just the onstage craft in general. Okay, are you ready to watch with me? Here we go. Jong Madaliday pours his soul into singing I Love You by Billie Eilish. Acoustic guitar.
It's not true. Tell me I've been lied.
Okay, so he's really using his aspirate tone here. This isn't about that connected vocal. This is about the breathy vocals and the air rushing past the vocal cords, which is a really difficult thing to do when you're a vocalist. Breathy vocals are taxing. And if he continues this is going to be such a task in itself, just doing the whole melody, the whole performance in this way.
Crying isn't
Lovely crescendo there.
What
What is she saying? If there's anything that the judges say that I don't understand, please translate it for me in the comments below. I'm just going to take it back because I love that high note.
Gusto ko yung mga ganyan niya. Gusto ko yun.
Gorgeous. And the crescendo leading up to that.
A supporting artist.
Nice keys.
maybe want to take it back. Say you were trying to make me laugh, and nothing has
Vocal brow.
to change today. You didn't mean to say I love you.
Wow. The emotion that he's putting into this is incredible because he's prioritized the emotion over the vocal delivery in that very last moment of the phrase. So he builds it and then allows it to come through at the very final moment there. Not that it goes crazy out of tune or anything, it's just that it drops off in an emotional way. But that build was really impressive. You know, we had that crescendo before, but this was kind of in real time, phrase to phrase, building it up. I like it. Lovely legato strings in the background. Line technique and vocal agility there. You can hear there his nasal resonance. So really focus in on this. Now there's something to be said for the vowel shape and the ooh and how that naturally gives you a little bit of nasal resonance, but you can really feel it reverberating around here. See that closed mouth? Okay, wait. Let's see that again. And the cry onset to... Wait, to the... that onset. So, oh, I haven't turned my keyboard on. That helps. That A4, but full voice there. Such a difference to the start when we were talking about those aspirate vocals. Okay, so same thing happening again at the end of this phrase. He's prioritizing the emotion. And we have that drop down there from the B4 down to the F sharp 4. But you can feel the quiver and the emotion in his vocal. So he's definitely thinking about how he tells the story within this song above all else. Yeah, wow.
Bakit sa ganon?
And the drop down again dynamically towards the end of that's really interesting to watch too, and carries even more emotional weight. And I find it so interesting how when you're overly emotional sometimes, of course, it does affect your voice. You know, if you're playing a piece of music on the piano, you're a pianist and you're playing something and you're emotional, you're still going to hit the notes. The notes are still going to come out. You're approaching it in a different kind of way. You know, the dynamics are changing and maybe the pace is changing a bit. That's how the emotion of the piece comes through, or the melody showcases it. But it's still going to be piano notes. Whereas when you're singing, this is part of your body. So when you cry or when you get overly emotional, this is affected. It affects tonality, it affects pitching, it affects breath control, all of these things that emotion affects. So you do, as a singer, have to kind of weigh up, well, am I just going to let myself fully go into the emotion of the piece here and not get rid of or ignore these other things, these other techniques, but just accept that for me, this is the most important thing, telling the story and getting across that emotion. You know, you do have to weigh this up as a singer. And I really appreciate that Jong went into that fully committed to the emotion. We can still, you know, take apart the technical things going on there, but I really think the emotion was key within that one. And it does say in the title, he pours his soul into singing it. And I appreciate that that is a true reflection. That is what happened within that performance. And the build dynamically, the way that he approached this, I was really impressed with. So different from the original song, so cinematic and powerful. I would love to know your thoughts on this. Let's discuss about emotion versus technique. You know, is there a fine line in the center? Which one would you prefer to see from your favorite artist? Let me know in the comments box down below. And if you enjoyed this video and you haven't already, feel free to hit that subscribe button, become part of our family here. You can of course find me over on Patreon, where I offer lots of exclusive content, early access to videos. You can help me choose thumbnails. There's loads of different stuff, behind the scenes stuff from my gigs, loads of things to go and watch over there. You can join for free and choose a tier at any time. I'll look forward to seeing you on there. And by the way, I should tell you, I have my own music out at the moment. I nearly forgot to tell you, if you're still watching at this point, you're committed to this video. So let me tell you, there is a link in the description box to go and listen to my new music. I have a new single out. I have a music video for that single out and an EP. So there's so much to go and listen to. So please do go ahead and check that out as well. And I'll see you on another video very, very soon. Love you.